turned DOMA. But we all know that this movement is about more than marriage. It is more than just the L, just the G, just the B. It includes the T. This year, I have been honored to witness the courage of transgender Idahoans demanding their civil rights. Erica Falls and Andrew Geske turned to the ACLU, and together we convinced the Idaho Department of Transportation that their policy requiring full surgery to change gender markers on IDs was based on a fundamental lack of understanding of transgender people's needs. And while the ACLU in Idaho proudly hired the only full-time LGBT organizer, Jess McCafferty, whose sole job it is to advance non-discrimination ordinances in cities across Idaho, it's all of you who showed up, and the organizations we partnered with that showed up, and the courage of folks like Elliot Rowan, who traveled to Pocatello to educate council members about what an ID to P provision would mean to transgender Idahoans. I am proud to stand here as a cisgender Idahoan in solidarity with my transgender brothers and sisters and let them tell their stories, because life does get better together.
All right, how many of you have heard the ID to P provision that they try to pass in Pocatello? Yeah. For those who don't know, there's a provision that states that trans folk could get carded by anyone, anywhere, anytime. Have you ever taken a look at what the kind of information is on your ID? Your address, your donor information, and your gender marker. And for some trans folk, that's about as well guarded as your social security number. Well, mine's still displaying that horrific pink F on it. And if that ordinance had passed, they could card me and send me to the women's bathroom. How awkward would that be? But with the effort from the LGBT community, and the city council was enlightened by the voices that spoke up that night. It was a long 7 hours, but they had altered it to get rid of the ID to P provision, along with some other flaws. Seeing that many people light up at the end, that was extraordinary. You guys are so powerful in so many different ways, and I'm honored to be your brother. Thank you. How are you doing this morning, Boise? We have come so far in just 6 months. We have 6 cities, almost 7 cities now with non-discrimination ordinances. We keep fighting and fighting for our rights to live as we want to be. That is amazing. Give us another year and we will be able to get this entire state on our side. At the beginning of the year, it was very tough because my license had been taken away because of something that I felt was unfair. A simple thing as a gender marker on my license to properly identify me as who I am. And with the help of the ACLU and everybody on our side, we were able to get ITD to change their policy to be in line with what I identify as, and what all of us identify as. Now, I have such pride for everybody in here, and I see a sea of faces, and in that sea is friends and family and partners that we each love, and that's what this is really about. It's just loving each other for us. Thank you.